Being in this room feels insane. I'm in New York right now and I'm here for a week. It's Christmas Eve. I just came here for Christmas. I don't really have a plan. We'll see what happens, but I think it'll be a fun week. I literally just landed and I was reading this book on the plane. It's called The Best Worst Thing, and it's about this woman who has a surrogate that lives in Norfolk, Virginia. I was like, that's so random. That feels interesting because she lives in California. It's so far away. Like, how does this work? Anyway, I was like very specifically thinking about that, and then the gate that I got off the plane at, that flight, the next one, they were going to Norfolk, Virginia, and that just felt so crazy to me. I was like, what are the odds? I didn't even know what Norfolk, Virginia was yesterday, but now I do. Anyway, let's go.
The mic was not on here and it was way too loud in this cafe, so I'll narrate. We've been walking around and we're taking a pit stop just to get warm for a little bit, which is quite dumb of me because I have an iced beverage. It's a strawberry matcha. The color was really good. You can tell if a matcha is going to be good by its color. Anyway, it was also really good. This is my taste test. I really enjoyed it, and I think I'm saying here that I don't know what we're doing next, but we have reservations for dinner at Blue Willow. They've switched up this entire Barnes, and now I don't know where anything is, and it's making me feel. I don't know, I hate that. I hate change, but now everything's just not in the right place, and I hate it. The first rows used to be all fiction, and now it's like 3 rows of mystery and thrillers. That's crazy. I'm blaming Frida McFadden for this. This Barnes was already annoyingly overwhelming, and I feel like now it's even worse because I don't know where anything is. It's always been one of those things where I feel like it did too much, and now it's doing even more. I was way too tired to say anything yesterday. I just knocked out. I walked 17K steps, over 17K, on zero sleep. So that was kind of crazy. Also woke up and my entire body felt sore. I don't know what's going on, but I got good sleep. Anyway, I'm standing here because for one, when I moved, I didn't even remember that I had this many books left. Like 2 shelves and then like half of this one too. I genuinely didn't think I had this many left. I did recently think about my Fourth Wing series books, and I was like, I completely forgot about those, and I just realized that I didn't have them with me. But I don't know if you can tell, a lot of the spines of these books, they like faded because they're directly in the sun. The sun's not out right now, but this entire room is just basically windows, more windows than walls. And so these have been directly in the sun. And like, look at how bright that cover is. It's supposed to be this yellow right here. And then it's just like so faded. And it's supposed to be this pink. Yeah, it's like actually insane. I have no idea when I'm taking these home, but for now, I think I'm gonna like turn them around, maybe stop more damage from happening. I don't even think it could get worse than this. I mean, some of them are completely fine, like this one is completely fine, but I guess if I can stop it from getting worse, I should do that, right? This is like meant to be read. I love this book, by the way. Also, I'm testing this mic out, and honestly, when it works really well because when we were in Barnes yesterday, it was so crowded. It was Christmas Eve. Like, obviously, it was crowded. So many people in there, so many people were shopping. It was really loud. The music was really loud. And when I was talking to the mic, it was great. Like, it drowned all of that out and it just projected my voice. So when it works amazing, but sometimes it just doesn't work. Like, I think maybe I don't know how to tell when it's on because when it does work, this light is green and then the light on the receiver is still red. Is that meant to be green? I don't know. But when it works well. So I just hope for the best. I think now the only risk is that the pages will turn like more brown, they'll tan more instead of being completely white, and I don't care about that too much. So I feel like that's fine. I mean, maybe I should be worried about the sprayed ones, but not that big of a deal. If anything, they can both be faded together. I also just realized that I left all of my reading journal stuff here. I know that I left the supplies here, but I could have sworn that I took the actual journal and I was looking for that when I was back home. And I just thought that I lost it in the move or something. And so I haven't updated my reading journal since March. It was fun while it lasted. The weather's absolutely insane out there. I've got to put on one more layer before we actually go out for the day. But I just went to go get a cookie butter latte because I kind of miss having Dunkin' right across the street. That's the only thing I miss. I tried this for the first time in the airport when I was coming here. And I am a big believer that your coffee that you make at home will always be better, except for this. This cookie butter latte is actually kind of insane. What did they put in this? What kind of cookie butter is this? Because it doesn't taste like this when I make it. Also, there was like cookie crumbles on top of the one in Charleston, but they don't have that here. And it's completely fine, but the cookie crumbles are pretty good too. I mean, everyone probably knows this. I'm the last person to try this. It's really good though, 10 out of 10. Anyway, we're gonna go see the housemaid today, and then we're gonna get sushi. And I think in that area is Sweet Pickle Books. So if we're in the general area, I'm definitely gonna go to Sweet Pickle Books. I love that place. And I think that's the only place I'll allow myself to buy something if I see something that I want. It's a used bookstore, and I've been really good at not buying any books. It's just the traveling with them part that's the issue. I just got back home from watching The Housemaid and it was really good. First, on our way there, I walked past a street called Norfolk. Norfolk is stalking me. I don't know what is going on. But anyway, the movie, I thought it was really good. I think it was pretty accurate to the book. Although I did read that book a really long time ago. I think I read it in 2022. I feel like they hit the major plot points, and that's all that matters. I don't know about the small details. The only thing that I thought was different is I could have sworn Enzo like had a bigger role and was in it more, or maybe I'm thinking about the second book, which the way that this one ended, it kind of feels like there's going to be a second movie as well. But I think that also depends on how well it does and like box office sales and stuff like that. But I could see it happening. I feel like Amanda did such a good job. Sydney Sweeney, honestly, I feel like she's never that convincing in anything that she's in. She just has this like one flat personality in everything that she acts in, and it just never really feels like she's doing much acting. Wait, that sounds that sounds bad. I'm not calling her personality flat. It just feels like she's doing the same thing in everything that she's in. Anyway, I wasn't convinced. And I feel like the parts where Amanda was acting crazy, I was convinced. I almost for a second there forgot what the plot was. And I was like, whoa. But yeah, I think that's my only complaint about it. I don't think Sydney Sweeney is that convincing. But other than that, it was pretty good. I think I would rate the movie 3.5, 3.5. I think that's what I'm gonna rate it. Every restaurant that my sister and I has been to since I've been back, it's been pretty good. I mean, the first one, we went to Blue Willow. That was just like okay. The thing about that one is that we originally booked at a different place, but then they were closed for the day, even though they took the reservation. And then they were like, you can go to our sister restaurant. So we went there. And that wasn't like the best ever, but it was still pretty good. You know what the problem was? The appetizers were way better than the main dish, and I just feel like that's annoying. The place that we went to yesterday, that was like a Thai place. That was so good. Those appetizers were really good too, but the main thing was also amazing. And then today we went to this like happy hour sushi place. Everything was $6. All of the rolls. I just had a spicy tuna roll, and I also had this like crispy rice thing that also had tuna on it. I love spicy tuna, and tuna is just my favorite type of sushi thing. So had that. It was great. It was amazing. Every restaurant that we go to though, they're just like it's a New York thing to pack a bunch of tables into a restaurant and you're so close together. And I just feel like every meal I've eaten, people are coughing over my meal because they're like right next to you. They're so close to you. It's like you're basically eating together and they're coughing, and it's just like a stranger's coughing over your meal. It's actually disgusting. I don't think I'm gonna eat out tomorrow. I'm getting the ick. Anyway, speaking of Norfolk, I'm pretty much almost done this book. I think I have like 60 pages left or something like that, maybe 70. I'm gonna finish it. I really I enjoy it. I like it a lot, but I do feel like some parts are dragging. It is kind of nice because I never said what it was about. The best worst thing, it's about this woman who is trying to have a baby, and for the longest time it kept failing. She has a surrogate and she tried for herself. She's had miscarriages, and then with the surrogate, I think it's also failed with the surrogate before. She's just struggling to have a baby. And then she finds out her husband is cheating on her, and that's a whole mess. But right after she finds out her husband is cheating on her, she also finds out that her egg finally took, or whatever the terminology is. But the surrogate is pregnant, she's pregnant, so the baby's coming, and her husband's a cheating bastard. So that's a mess. And she's kind of like reconnecting with someone from her past. There's like someone new slash old, but then her cheating husband's still there. It's really messy, but it's also like all of the moments of her reconnecting with the person from her past, all of that is like really wholesome. But low key, those were the parts that was dragging because it's like you guys are living this fairy tale right now and your life is kind of on fire, girl. Like there's so much about the baby and just so much behind, I guess, the divorce or the lack of a divorce because she's still technically married to him. And yeah, there's just a lot going on that end of her life. And me as the reader, like she's in her dreamland, and me as the reader is like, okay, but what about your husband? What about the baby that's on the way? What about surrogate? Like, what? We got to get back to those parts of your life. And so much of this book is literally just her like in this calm, peaceful state, which love that for you, but you as the reader, you know that her life's on fire in the background. And it just feels a little bit crazy. And it feels like I'm like, okay, this part's dragging on. You guys are going on runs and going to the beach and you're going to get coffee. But hey, remember that cheating husband and that baby that's on the way. What's going on there? That's just what I felt like reading it. So I don't think it's like a perfect 5 star for me, but still really good though. Still a really good story. It's been good, emotional, dramatic. Honestly, everything you'd want out of a book. I got the best worst thing. I said that the only thing I would get was this if I saw it because I just loved it. And I saw Honey also. I remember that book was going kind of viral, and I didn't realize that, well, I didn't know this, but the person who apparently works there at that bookstore is the author of that book. I feel like I never think about authors having day jobs, but I thought that was pretty cool, and I was gonna buy that one and support if I didn't get this, but this was what I really truly wanted, and I'm limiting myself to one book only. But I think I'll buy that in the future and read it in the future because I don't know. I just feel like I should support. I didn't rate it 5 stars, but I feel like if I think about it for long enough, it could change to a 5 star. For right now, there were just moments where I felt like it was dragging, but I also feel like that space where I felt like it was dragging was kind of necessary because so much was going on and they were also building their relationship. So a part of me understands why it was dragging, but it definitely was a little bit. Anyway, yeah, I ended up rating that book 4.5. I said I wasn't going to do 4.75 anymore because when I start doing 4.25, 4.75, I'm starting to like forget when I read things. So I stopped. And now I kind of feel like this would be perfect as a 4.75. But I stopped 4.5. And if I change my mind, I'll rate it 5 stars. But yeah, that's how I feel about that. I definitely recommend it. You should read it. We were meant to be walking on the west side, but my sister made me walk to the East Village to go to this bakery, and she bribed me with a cookie. I'm gonna unpack. You're probably like, obviously, you're gonna unpack, but I have been known for not unpacking until I desperately need the things in my suitcase. It's literally something that I'm known for in my family, and my entire family would make fun of me for it. And my mom would come in my room and see my suitcase from vacation just not even open. I just rest it to the side, and it would be like 2 weeks later, and she's like, "Are you serious?" Like she would judge me so hard. So this is huge for me. I feel like that was when I was younger and I had way too many things for my own good. So like everything that was in the suitcase, I could live without it for a month straight until I'm like, oh, I kind of missed that top or I missed those jeans. And then I would go into my suitcase. And even then, I would kind of be living out of the suitcase. Like I would open it and I'm like, I want this. So I'm going to wash that. And then it would just be like one thing after the next. And I wouldn't be unpacked for like 3 months. It's a bad, bad habit. But literally just got home. I'm unpacking. I also don't have as many things as I had when I was younger, so kind of need to. This trip was so last minute and chaotic, and I'm oh my god, this is so heavy. Anyway, as I was saying, this trip was so last minute, so chaotic. I had no plan. I was kind of just vibing, especially with like not knowing what the weather would be, when it was going to snow. There were no plans. I just, went to see my sister and do some things that I used to love doing and going to those places. And sorry if that showed in the vlog that it was not structured and that I kind of didn't have a plan to do anything. I was just getting up, eating, walking around the city, and that's it. So sorry if that was boring, and sorry I didn't talk too much. But what had happened was, I think on my second day there, got my period, was in a lot of pain. And then on my third day there, I got the flu, of course, because everyone's sneezing and coughing in your face, and no matter what you do, you can't avoid it. So, because everyone's just on top of each other. That's New York during flu season. So that was that. I was kind of down bad, but I still had such a good time though, honestly. I also felt like this is the best I've handled the cold. I think maybe it's because I knew this is not going to be for the next 3 months. Like, if I was still living there, I would know that the cold wouldn't end until like maybe April. And I would be like, I'm suffering. But I knew that I was coming back home in a couple days. So maybe that's, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's a mindset thing, but I really handled it very well. When I actually lived in New York, you could never catch me walking around the snow and actually being happy about it. Even my sister was like, I think this is the first time I've seen you like just casually walking in the snow. It used to just be like, if I had to be somewhere, then I'd walk in the snow. But in that, I'm gonna be inside if it's snowing. Like, I don't love snow, but it was actually really pretty. Yeah, I don't know. I overall just feel like I was handling it a lot better. And I think maybe now I need to do one winter trip every year just for like exposure therapy. For the last couple years, it got colder in like January and February, and December has never like been too bad. And she was like, yeah, it's really cold in December. It's so windy. And of course, I was struggling a little bit, but definitely handled it better than I have in the past. It's the vacation mindset. It's because I was on vacation. I think that's what it is anyway. But yeah, it was a fun time. Sickness didn't hold me back. I don't know. I had a good time being there and seeing my sister and stuff. I kind of felt, one second. I have no idea what's dirty and what's clean, so I think I might just wash everything. But anyway, what I was saying is, what was I saying? Okay, I remember what I was gonna say. I kind of thought that I was going to go back there and have like moments of regret or feeling like, should I have moved? I don't know. It's like, I think it's fine to have a little bit of regret for something, like when you make such a huge life change, like moving to a new state, moving to a new city, moving to a place where you don't know anyone. Like, if I had a little bit of regret, I think it would be fine. But I didn't, honestly. I think I was reaffirmed, vindicated. I don't know. I don't know what word I should use, but I kind of just felt like, yeah, I think I made the right decision. And I think one of the reasons why I had so much fun, even though I was through sickness and health, even though I was down bad, it was because New York is back to being a vacation place for me. I think that's how I enjoy it the most, like just walking around the city when I know it's not my home, and like when I haven't seen it in literal months. It's like, it's different. It hits different when I don't live there, and I just enjoy it more. I feel like my decision was justified, and I'm also like glad that my sister still lives there. I can go back and visit. Even just being there, I was there for a full week, from a Wednesday to a Wednesday. And even just being there for that long, I was thinking, when I come back, like 4 days max. Like I don't need to be there for too long. So yeah, I feel good in what I decided. And I'm happy to be back. It's New Year's Eve. I feel like I'm just gonna start the new year fresh. I love New Year's and the idea of a new beginning. I know everyone's like, New Year resolutions are stupid. If you're gonna do something, just start now. What are you waiting for? But I don't know. I like the idea of thinking that I'm a whole new person when the clock strikes midnight and that I can start all over and forget all of my mistakes from the previous year and just, I don't know, feel free to start again, like really start again and not feel like, damn, last week I didn't work out as much as I wanted to and I didn't eat as good as I wanted to. And, I don't know, New Year just makes me forget all of that. It's like, what I did in 2025 is none of my business anymore. It's 2026, let's move on. Love a new year, and that's how I feel about that. So excited for the new year. I'm always excited every year. There's this thing that they do. I don't know if I told you guys this, but I thrifted this sweater in a different vlog. I think it was like my vlog right before this. I washed it, obviously, and then I put it in the dryer. The sleeves shrunk. Like the entire thing didn't shrink, just the sleeves. But I like stretched it out and it was fine, but it keeps like reverting on its own. So I really need to get a drying rack to air dry things. I'm like separating the things that I can't put in the dryer. Am I even supposed to be putting them in the wash? Like I'm not hand washing all of this. I will put them on a drying rack, but I'm not hand washing all of that. Anyway, was I saying anything of importance? I don't remember, but yeah, ready for the new year. I think when I'm posting this, it's already gonna be New Year, so Happy New Year. That was not that hard. I'm pretty much done. I put all of the things that I need to wash in here, and these are all things that I'm separating because I have to know not to dry them. Look at that. That's what I would have left for like a month. While I was in New York, I saw heated rivalry everywhere. Like every bookstore had specialized shelves for them, and there were just posters everywhere, ads everywhere, and I was just like, I can't escape this. I need to watch it. I have friends who love the show, hate the book, who watched the show first because it's like blowing up and they're like, I'm gonna go read the book, and they hate it. I don't think I'm gonna read the book. Actually, if any of you have read it and you think it's really good and you think I need to read it, I will. Or maybe I'll watch it first, then read it. But I feel like I need to watch the show now, and I keep getting recommended things about the two actors who play the lead roles in the show. They just seem so lovely in their interviews and they seem so sweet. And I would love to see them on screen. Everyone's obsessed with this, everyone's obsessed with them. I feel like I need to know, but also I feel like I don't need another distraction right now. I feel like I don't need another thing to be obsessed with right now. Speaking of my obsessions, Harry might be coming back. Harry Styles, he dropped this video. He just randomly posted a video on YouTube. It was like for to be premiered. And I was like, what's happening? Is Harry coming back? And then it was just this like video of his final show from the last tour. And then he said, "We belong together" at the end. Well, he didn't say it. It was like the words. I'm like, okay, we belong together. So where's the album? Where's the next tour? Because we belong together. So yeah, Harry might be back. Potentially, maybe. That could fix me. That could really, really fix me. Anyway, why did no one tell me that press on nails are so good? I mean, I feel like I've been seeing people do press on nails a lot recently, and I just feel like they've improved so much. I remember doing press on nails when I was a child, and maybe they weren't that good because they were for children, but I just remember press on nails not being the best. And now they're amazing. I did these at like 2:30 a.m. before my flight, and I had to leave the house at 3:30 a.m. It was like 2:30, 2:45, and so I was in a rush, and I feel like they still look great. The only thing is that I got the actual glue on the nail because I was rushing, and this was also my first time like doing it since I was a child, and I was like, am I doing this right? Anyway, I do like them. I like them a lot. I feel like this is just so much quicker than sitting at a nail salon and having to make small talk for over an hour. Anyway, I got these two books. I already showed you that I got this one, The Best First Thing by Lauren Oakey. It's because I was reading this book throughout my time in New York, and I loved it so much. I felt like I needed to get it. I was just nearby that all romance bookstore, and I was like, they would probably have this, and if they do have it, I'm gonna get it. I was like, this is the only thing that I'm gonna allow myself to get if they have it. And the crazy thing about it is that bookstore, because it's all romance, they obviously have different sections of romance, LGBT, and contemporary, and then they have like erotic and historical, but it's all romance. But then in the back corner, they just have this like table of books that are more general fiction or women's fiction and not particularly romance or not romance at all, don't really involve any love stories. And this was on here. I know that the this like plot's kind of insane, but it definitely is romance, and it's very romantic. I mean, she's going from her husband treating her like absolute garbage to another man being great. And I think that part may have clouded the judgment of the person who was shelving this. They might have read the part about her and her ex-husband and what she's going through. It's like, this is not romantic. This is not a romance story, but I swear it is. And I was looking for this all in the store, and I was like, I'm not gonna ask. It's probably not here. It's like alphabetically shelved, and I was like, it's just not here. It's totally fine. And then I saw it on the table with the other general fiction books. I was like, oh, there it is. And I felt like I needed to get it. I love it, and I think you guys should read it. And I didn't rate this 5 stars, and the more I think about it, I'm like, is that dumb? I feel like I should rate the 5 stars. Like, I loved it. And then I was in the Strand, Upper West Side. The Upper West Side location is the one that I love the most. And the crazy thing about that is I was just walking on the West Side. Like, I was walking from the West Village to the Upper West Side, and somewhere in between there, I think it's on like 69th or something, there is this bookstore. Well, there was this bookstore called Shakespeare and Co. I'm pretty sure it's originally a European bookstore. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. I don't think it's originally American. So I did some research, and the Shakespeare and Co. in New York is in no way, shape, or form related to the one that originated in Paris. And I don't know if they're like more locations of Shakespeare and Co. in different European cities, but and I don't know if those are related to each other, but the one in New York is not related to the OG at all. That's a fact. Now, as I was researching, I saw some speculation from Reddit. If you don't know what Reddit is, it's just random users talking, and I have no idea if this is true or not, but there was apparently a lawsuit or something, and that's why it shut down, because all of the Shakespeare and Co. locations in New York shut down. It wasn't just that one. So maybe it finally caught up to them that they just like stole the whole idea and went with it. And it literally has nothing to do with the original one from Paris. So there's that. There was also a lot of people that was happy it was becoming a Strand location, because apparently the workers in the original Shakespeare and Co. bookstore were really rude. Again, I have no idea if this is true or not. I was just reading. I don't know why I fell down a rabbit hole of reading about bookstore drama. And then someone else said that they're actually keeping all of the employees. And then someone replied and was like, that's unfortunate because they were all horrible. And I was like, oh, I kind of thought they were nice. Like when I made small talk, they seemed fine to me. But yeah, that's what I found out. It has nothing to do with the location in Paris, so there's that. And anyway, Shakespeare and Co. was there. and it completely rebranded to the Strand. And my sister was like, "Oh, look, your favorite store. Like, let's go in there to like take a break from our walk or whatever." And I was like, "What? When did this get here?" Because I was literally particularly walking from the West Village to the Upper West Side to go to the Strand. And I was like, "What is this? When did this get here? Am I crazy?" And she was like, "This was always there. We've been in this bookstore." I'm like, "Yes, but it wasn't this bookstore." And I swear she was just looking at me like, "This girl is crazy. Like, a bookstore is a bookstore. Like, this is the same bookstore." And I was like, "No, it's not. I swear it's not." But then I asked someone who worked there, and they're like, "No, it changed to the Strand in May." And I'm just like, so much has changed. First of all, the layouts of every single bookstore, the Rift Bodice, their layout changed. The Barnes in Union Square, their layout changed. I didn't get to go to my local Barnes in Brooklyn, not mine anymore, but you know, the huge one that I go to, that probably changed too. Like, so much has changed. Also, I have so many pinned things on my Google Maps for New York to like just new places that I should go to, check out, visit, whatever. And so many of them in the pins now say like permanently closed. I'm like, wow, a lot has changed. I haven't been gone for that long, and so much has changed. And I mean, I think that's my own fault. Like, I go to the same 5 places on repeat when I have all these pinned stuff. I definitely could have checked them out, and now I'll never know. Anyway, my favorite location of the Strand is still open, which is kind of ridiculous because now there's one in 69th on the Upper West Side, and then the other one's on 81st on the Upper West Side. So it's so close to each other. But anyway, I went there and I didn't really know if I was going to buy something. I kind of felt like I wanted to, but nothing was exactly calling out to me until I went downstairs and looked at the used section, and this was here. It looked completely new. Like, it doesn't look used at all, and I got it half price. This is a book that I've heard such good things about, not recently, but I do remember a time where this was making rounds and I meant to get it. I meant to pick it up. I meant to read it, but then I just forget. Sometimes you put things on your mental TBR and then you forget. But I'm pretty sure Shaughnessy and Rosalie loved this book. And I know I still wanted to read it, so I got it. Getting it half price, used. That was perfect. I think I'm ending this vlog here. New York's over. Thank you for spending a week-ish with me in New York, because I definitely didn't film every day. But anyway, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you soon. Bye!